Ever wonder how people actually afford van life? It's not magic. I've had to get creative. And today I'm going to share my unconventional budget with you. How I went from leaving New York to being a digital nomad. Stay tuned. Hi, I'm Michelle. Thanks for joining me. Welcome to Miles to Myself. Today I want to talk about my unconventional budgeting. When I left New York, I had a little bit of savings and a very small pension that brings in just about a few $100s a month. It's enough to cover the basics, but definitely not enough to cover living the dream. And since I had debt from buying and building out this van, I knew right away that I'd have to be smart about my money. Those of you that have been watching know that I took a seasonal job at our ranch. And while it wasn't a lot of money, it did help sustain me for a little while. And it was that steady amount that helped pay for things like insurance and Starlink. Starlink is my biggest expense at around $150 a month. And I have a van payment. And although the job wasn't glamorous, it did help me get through a rough patch. It kept me on the road. So at one point, about a month ago, I had to sit down and do some serious calculation, and I did a cash flow analysis. Basically, everything that's coming in and everything that's going out. And here's what's unconventional about my budget. Normally, I would tell people to pay off as much debt as they can and still have their savings intact. But in my case, my cash flow analysis showed me that I'd be better off making my minimum payments for now until I could find some kind of income to support my lifestyle. Because out here, a van repair could cost me thousands of dollars. And gas alone can range anywhere from $300 to $500 a month. That's another big expense. And that's all dependent on how much I drive, which hopefully in the wintertime I'll be slowing down and staying closer to New Mexico and Arizona. But that cushion, that 6 months of savings, is what helps me keep from panicking every night and allows me to go to sleep. And some good news, I finally landed a role as a contractor working remotely, and it allows me the freedom to still do what I'm doing. And it's 20 hours a week up to a maximum of 40 hours a week. It is like the perfect dream job. And I am so excited to share that with you. Some good news. And although it is brand new, I do not plan to spend every dollar that I make. First thing I have to do is set aside 30% for taxes. And that might be a little excessive, but I would rather set aside too much than not enough. After that, I'm going to start budgeting for my fixed costs, like my phone, Starlink, insurance, and the van. And then I have to leave room for variables, like groceries and campsites. Right now, I'm trying to keep those costs at a minimum by staying off-grid 2 nights and on-grid 1 night. And I'm trying to keep campsite costs down to $50 or less. And if I don't eat out as much, which I was doing in the beginning, and make most of my meals in the van, I can definitely make this lifestyle work without stressing about every dollar. So that is my unconventional budget. It's not magic, it's not luck, it's definitely strategy. It's a mix of steady income, a savings cushion, and unfortunately knowing where every dollar goes. So I want to hear from you. If you were in my shoes, would you pay off debt first or keep more in savings? Let me know in the comments. And if you want more real life talk about van life, subscribe and stay tuned for the journey. Thanks for watching. I'll see you again soon. Bye.